Welcome to my 6th lecture, Chapter 1, Class 10th Science. Today in this class, we shall learn about number 1, oxidation and reduction, number 2, corrosion, and number 3, rancidity. We take the first subtopic, oxidation and reduction. Chemical combination of a reactant with oxygen or removal of hydrogen from it is oxidation. And the opposite process of this, that means combination of hydrogen or removal of oxygen from a substance, is called reduction. Later on in chemistry, the concept of oxidation and reduction was extended to other reactions in terms of gain or loss of electrons instead of just oxygen and hydrogen. It means electron is actually the reducing agent. The reactant that loses electron is oxidized, and that gains electron gets reduced. Means to whichever chemical species electron is added, that species is reduced. We shall study about it in detail in 11th class. Here I restrict the discussion of oxidation and reduction only in terms of gain or loss of oxygen and hydrogen only. Let us understand oxidation and reduction through some examples. Look at these reactions. The first reaction of iron with oxygen to form iron oxide. Second, lithium hydride decomposes to give lithium and hydrogen. Third, Cu and O2 combine to form CuO on being heated. In first and third reaction, oxygen combines with iron and copper to form copper oxide. In first reaction, oxygen combines with iron, and in third reaction, it combines with copper to form their oxides respectively. In second reaction, lithium hydride produces lithium and hydrogen. Therefore, all these reactions are oxidation reactions. Means when hydrogen is removed, that is also oxidation. And when oxygen is added, that's also an oxidation process. We take other reactions. You look here, 2Li plus H2 produce 2LiH. And second reaction, mercury oxide on being heated gives mercury and oxygen. In the first reaction, lithium is reduced to lithium hydride, and in second reaction, mercury oxide is reduced to mercury. See a few more examples. MnO2 plus 4HCl give MnCl2 plus 2H2O plus Cl2. And another reaction, CuO plus C produce Cu plus CO2. In both of these reactions, one reactant is oxidized and other is reduced. In the first reaction, manganese oxide is reduced to manganese chloride, and hydrogen chloride or HCl is oxidized to Cl2. In second reaction, copper oxide is reduced to copper and carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide. So these are redox reactions. You have to remember a few points. Remember that it is the reactant that is oxidized or reduced and not the product. For example, in copper oxide or CuO plus H2 produce Cu plus H2O. In this reaction, CuO has been reduced to Cu, or copper oxide has been reduced to copper, and not the copper that has been reduced. Similarly, in reaction, manganese dioxide plus 2HCl give MnCl2 plus H2O plus Cl2. Here, MnO2 has been reduced to MnCl2, and note the MlCl2 that has been reduced or oxidized. So you have to remember that the reactants are either reduced or oxidized to the products. Similarly, HCl has been oxidized to Cl2. It means reactants are oxidized or reduced, and they are oxidized or reduced to respective product. Next point, a reduced or oxidized reactant can be an element or a compound. Next point, in a reaction, the reactant that oxidizes is oxidizing agent, and similarly, the reactant that reduces is a reducing agent. And you have to remember, the oxidizing agent gets itself reduced. In the reaction MnO2 plus 2HCl to produce MnCl2 plus H2O plus Cl2, HCl is the reducing agent that removes oxygen from MnO2 or reduces MnO2 to MnCl2, but HCl itself gets oxidized to Cl2. Similarly, MnO2 is oxidizing agent that oxidizes HCl to Cl2, but itself gets reduced to MnCl2. Now I come to next subtopic, that is corrosion. You might have seen that what happens with the metals like iron, copper, silver and many others when they are left out unprotected in the open environment. You can see here this iron sheet is wasting away, and this copper pipe has also turned greenish. This spontaneous wasting or withering away of metals is called corrosion. This happens because of chemical reactions of the metals with the atmospheric constituents. Iron reacts with atmospheric oxygen in presence of moisture to form iron oxide. Copper reacts with carbon dioxide and water to form greenish colored mixture called basic copper carbonate. Silver turns black with passage of time as silver reacts with hydrogen sulfide to form silver sulfide because silver has great affinity for sulfur. And last, I come to third subtopic, rancidity. Rancidity is a spontaneous process of oxidation of oils. The oily substances are oxidized by the atmospheric oxygen to become rancid. This process becomes more rapid as the surrounding temperature rises. To prevent the oxidation of such food items, we need to store them in sealed packets filled with nitrogen only, because it is the oxygen present in the atmosphere that oxidizes these oils or fats. So when oxygen does not come in contact with the fats, it cannot oxidize. That's why so many food items are packed in either evacuated packets or the packets filled with nitrogen. That's it for today. This was lecture number 6. In 7th lecture, I shall summarize this chapter, chapter number 1, chemical reactions and equations. Till then, goodbye, see you.